frequency in there. So we're going to say who we're calling, who we are, where we are, and what we want to do. So we'll call Willow Run Tower here. Willow Run Tower, Skyhawk 153 Yankee, on the ground at Belleville, departing runway 33, westbound Ann Arbor.
Skyhawk 153 Yankee, Willow Run Tower. On course is approved in traffic about 3.5 north of Belleville right now. Is a Cessna at 2,000 feet headed southbound, transitioning through the Delta.
3 Yankee, roger, we'll keep an eye out. Alrighty, just before we take off here, make sure our windows and doors are closed and latched. Good, our fuel selector valves on both. Our engine instruments down here look good. We got good oil temperature, good oil pressure, good engine suction. And we'll go ahead, turn on our landing lights so we're nice and bright to everybody else. Our compass checks with the runway we're on. We're on runway 33. We can see 33 right there. And we're all set to take off.
7 roger, clear 5 left, and thank you.
I'll go ahead and do the takeoff, and once we get to about 1,000 feet above the ground, I'll have you reach forward, take the controls, and you'll fly the airplane.
The jet,
go ahead and add power here.
And he went into flight east, I believe.
And up we go. Go ahead and retract our flaps here. Pretty cool view from up here, huh?
Yeah. Is that Willow Run over there?
Willow Run is actually just off our right-hand side. We can see some of the runways.
Oh, yeah. Also, I can see Detroit.
Yep, we can see Detroit Metro and downtown Detroit.
Sky 551 Zulu, will ground, your clear to will run, radar vectors, directives filed, climb maintain 3000, departure frequency 118.9 or 5, squawk 5233.
So we can go ahead and start our cruise power, about 2,000 RPM. We're flying straight over to Ann Arbor. We can see already there's some banner towing planes out there.
Zulu, back correct.
Flying around the stadium.
Yeah.
118.95 to Detroit. Thank you, sir. 22 Zulu.
Cessna 3 Yankee, in contact Ann Arbor Tower now.
Ann Arbor Tower, 3 Yankee. Talk to you in a bit. So he's going to hand us off to Ann Arbor Tower, and they control the airspace around Ann Arbor. We'll contact them, let them know who we're calling, who we are, where we are, and what we want to do. Ann Arbor Tower, Skyhawk 153 Yankee, 7 miles east. Request Trans-Euro Delta over Michigan Stadium.
November 153 Yankee, Ann Arbor Tower, approved into Ann Arbor's Class Delta airspace, altimeter 3025. Right now, there's 2 Beneteau circling over the stadium. Altitude indicates 1,800 and altitude indicates 1,900.
3025, got the 2 Beneteaus in sight, 3 Yankee, transition approved.
November 3 Yankee, roger.
Cool, so we're about 1,000 feet over the ground here. We'll have you go ahead and reach forward and fly an airplane It's all about just looking outside here.
Annabelle Tower says.
And if you see, you know, more ground all of a sudden, then you know you're descending a little bit. If you see less ground, you know you're climbing. If you see this guy, you know how it's turned to the right a little bit?
Yep.
We just have to turn a little bit back to the left, level them out. Then when it's level, you just neutralize your hands again.
Cessna 2 Uniform Mike, center left downwind, runway 24.
Left downwind.
Very good.
222 Uniform Mike.
We're heading right towards where those banners are being towed, to those two black dots on the horizon there. You can feel some of the little bumps, you know, just some of the wind and some of the air pockets rising. It's no big deal when we hit a little bump like that, you know, when the airplane turns, we just turn it right back.
Turn around via Charlie.
As we see the nose get high a little bit, we'll just lower the nose back down, just push it forward a little bit.
For the option.
Perfect.
Cleared for the option, 33 uniform.
It's all about lots of little corrections. You know, it's really similar to riding a bike, where you just keep making little tiny corrections with the handlebars. Perfect. It's no big deal at all. As the airplane just banks a little bit, you just correct for it. Excellent. You ever go to any of the Michigan football games?
I've never been to one, but I've been to Lions football games.
Oh, okay. Michigan Stadium is pretty cool. It's pretty darn big, and you can actually look right down into it. The Lions games, they're nice in the wintertime because you're not getting snowed on or rained on, you know, being inside there, but not as cool to fly over.
Wind 290 at 19er, gust 22.
Doing very good.
And Arbor Tower,
Thank
Banner 637, would like to come in for banner drop.
Banner 637, Ann Arbor Tower, and a right base, runway 24.
Right base, 24, 637.
Pretty funny actually, because you can see the banners flying through the air, but it's hard to see the airplanes that are actually pulling them. The airplanes are so much tinier than the banners.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 Yankees got the banner tow going in for landing in sight, and the one heading north. Is there anyone else out here?
Correction, Cessna 38 Yankee, there's 3 banner tows out there now. 2 more are still out and 1 inbound.
3 Yankee, roger.
Banner tow 637, runway 24, clear for the option. Side step, south approved.
option, side step south approved, 637.
Cessna 34 Mike, make right traffic. Cessna 34 Mike, make right traffic.
Was that for 3 and 4 Mike?
Affirmative, Cessna 34 Mike.
Right traffic, 3 uniform.
That guy's not paying attention very well. You can hear her calling him back a whole bunch of times. We'll go ahead and reduce power a little bit. Once we're cruising, we think about power as controlling our altitude, and pitch controls airspeed. So if we lower the nose, we go faster. If we raise the nose up, we go slower. And so since we're up here about 2,700 feet, and we should stay somewhere between 2,700 and 2,000. So I'll reduce power just a hair here. And you can actually see just off the left side there, see the banner and the airplane.
Much be back in that one.
You know, they're moving real slow when they tow those big heavy banners.
Yep.
We'll just keep making a little left turn. We'll fly right over top of the stadium. We can get a good view looking down inside of it. A little bit more to the left. Perfect. We'll just hold it here. Let the airplane turn. It's a little different from a car, where if you want to turn in a car, you have to keep turning the wheel. But in the airplane, you turn the wheel, then set it back to neutral, and then turn it the other way when you want to stop turning.
Uniform Mike, generating left downwind 24.
That's a 2 for Mike, roger. Thanatos 637, keep it in tight. Traffic is 1.5 miles south for left downwind.
Alright, keep it tight. This one will be a full stop, 637.
He's got an airplane just like us, except his airplane has a much, much bigger engine in it to tow that banner through the air. We'll make another little left turn here, about 90 degrees. We'll head southbound.
Runway 24, clear for the option.
Clear for the option.
Are you cold at all, or too cold, or too warm?
Mike, number 2, following Cessna traffic.
Yeah. Are you a little cold, or a little warm, or anything like that?
I'm pretty good.
Okay. If you got a little air vent up there, you can turn it if it's blowing on you.
Uniform Mike.
Thanatos 637, number 3, following Cessna traffic ahead on left downwind.
I have traffic in sight, number 3, 637.
Cessna 22 Golf.
Another little left turn here. We'll head back eastbound.
637.
Around the stadium.
In tight. Remain south of the final and runway 24 at all times. Clear to the option.
637 will be making a full stop this time for 24. I'll keep it in tight following this traffic. 24, 637.
Thanatos 637, number 2, following Cessna traffic ahead on left downwind.
Number 2 following traffic on left down.
Pretty cool view, huh?
Yeah.
Thanatos 637.
You can even see the big scoreboard screens down there.
Grammar Mike is verified, clear for the option.
Cessna 3 uniform Mike, affirmative. Cessna 2 uniform Mike, number 2, following Cessna traffic, 1 mile
Perfect. We'll just
final.
keep making a left turn here. We'll see. We'll head all the way to northbound heading. We'll just keep turning until we got the big end right on the nose of the airplane.
Cessna 2 uniform Mike, number 2, runway 24, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, runway 24, number 2.
That's where Michigan plays
And 330.
softball, and they run track down there. They've got a practice field for football. And that big dome there is Chrysler Arena, where they play basketball inside of.
Thanatos 637,
Perfect.
number
See,
3, Cessna
we can see the
traffic,
big
left
end there,
base.
so we'll go ahead and level the wings. We'll just fly straight northbound.
Traffic on left base, 637.
3 Yankees on course northbound for 2 miles before making the right turn back to Willow.
Cessna 3 Yankee, roger.
Doing very good. Yeah, we'll just keep our wings level there. And this is our gauge for level. Just looking out here, and if we see this in relation to the horizon, you know, right where the sky meets the ground out there, if we see it turned at all, then we know we're turning. Do you live around Ann Arbor or in Ypsilanti?
I live actually in Livonia.
Oh, okay. Yep, just a little further north here.
Toronto 637, number 2, runway 24, clear to land.
637 is the number.
We'll go ahead and make a little right turn here. We'll turn heading somewhere about southeastbound, maybe about 120 heading or so, right on our compass there. You can see we kind of have to pull back a little bit when we're turning. The reason is the airplane's flying, you know, we have the wings generating lift holding us up. But if we turn the wings, all of a sudden that lift's deflected sideways and helps us turn, but there's less lift holding the airplane up. So we have to pull back and generate even more lift to hold the airplane up plus turn it.
Skyhawk 9004 Whiskey will run.
We'll level the wings here, and we're going to fly right towards the lakes, right towards Ford Lake, where the Huron River flows into Ford Lake there, and then it flows into Belleville.
0 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.95, squawk 5702. Skyhawk 9004 Whiskey, read back correct.
You play any sports at school, or?
I am going to play basketball in probably about late November, early December.
Cool. That'll be fun. It's a good time to be indoors, not trying to play sports outside in November and December.
Yeah, that would be hard.
That's the Willow Run Airport. You can see the one runway that runs east and west, just off our left side there. And then they got some other runways that crisscross it too.
Yeah.
You get some pretty big airplanes landing there. Not quite as big as over at Detroit. You can see Detroit Metro. You know, usually like when you go on vacation somewhere, if you fly like to Washington D.C. with your family, you'll fly out of Detroit Metro, which is just past Willow Run there. You can almost follow the interstate. You'll see just a big open patch of grass there. We'll make a little left turn here. that'll take us right over the lakes. We'll follow the lakes all the way back to Belleville Lake.
Whiskey, Irvin intersection is Echo Alpha Romeo.
See how you have to pull back just a little bit.
Echo Alpha
That'll keep the nose from dropping. When we make turns, we just look outside, and as long as we keep the nose level on the horizon, we know the airplane won't climb or descend. You ever go to Cedar Point?
Yes.
You can see Cedar Point today. If you see these smokestacks, those two wide fat ones, then just to the right, those two skinny ones, and then just past it, there's a little short fat one way off in the distance.
Yeah.
And that's right next to Cedar Point.
Oh.
That's Sandusky, Ohio. So you can see all the way to Sandusky, Ohio. You see the lake, and on the other side of the lake, that land you see is Canada. That's Pelee Island. And then Windsor, the building's downtown Windsor, just over there. And then, of course, downtown Detroit. You see for quite a long ways today.
Track 9004 Whiskey, Willow Run Tower, runway 5 left, taxi via Bravo.
Go ahead, we'll reduce power a little bit here, and if we lower the nose, we get a really good view of Detroit Metro Airport. All those big runways over there. That's where all the big airplanes land at. Make a little left turn here. We'll actually do a 180-degree turn. We'll do about 30 degrees of bank. We can see this guy here shows us 10 degrees, 20 degrees, and all the way over to 30. The guy who we hear in our headsets who we're talking to is in that little brown tower right over there. See a little brown tower sticking up on this side of the field?
Yeah.
Yep, he's sitting right in the top of that.
Commander 004 Whiskey, hold short of 5 left on Bravo, ready for your IFR departure.
Skag 9004 Whiskey, Willow Run Tower, hold short 5 left, awaiting IFR release from Detroit.
Hold short, 5 IFR release, 04 Whiskey.
Take another little left turn here. We'll go just to make the nose point to W, so we're heading westbound. Just about 30 degrees to the left there. Perfect.
Skag 04 Whiskey, turn left heading 300, runway 5 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 320 at 12, gust 17.
Then slowly roll out, using the other direction on the airline.
Runway 5, takeoff 04 Whiskey.
Perfect. Have you ever gone like tubing or water skiing?
I've been tubing once.
Yep, lots of people use these lakes here for tubing, water skiing, but I think now that it's gotten a little cooler out, that might be all done for this year.
Yeah.
We'll make a little left turn here. We'll go all the way to southbound, so you can just keep turning left till you see the big S on the nose of the airplane. Perfect, yep, rolling in. Then pulling back just a hair. Excellent. Then neutralize the controls. We'll just hold this bank angle. You can slowly start to roll out as we get close to south. Perfect. Go ahead and reduce our power here a little bit. We'll start a nice gentle descent. We'll overfly the airport about 1,000 feet above the airport. Look down, make sure the runway's clear. There's no animals, no deer, nothing like that on the runway. If there ever are, we just fly really low, scare them all away, and then we can come in and land. In about another minute or so, you'll be able to see the airport that we took off from, just off your left side there.
Whiskey, turn left heading.
You see the grass runway?
Contact departure. Have a safe flight.
We'll make a little left turn. We'll fly directly over top of it. Excellent. We can go ahead and roll our wings level. 3 Yankees landing, Short Belleville.
3 Yankee for exchange approved. Have a safe flight.
Free change approved. 3 Yankee, talk team bet. So he gave us a frequency change, so we're going to go ahead and self-announce. Since there's no control tower here, if there's any other airplanes getting ready to take off, we'll just self-announce and broadcast that we're going to come in and land. And if there's anybody down there, they'll hear us. If not, then we're just basically telling no one, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and take the flight controls here, and I'll get us lined up for our landing. Belleville traffic, Skyhawk 153 Yankee, overflying the field 1,700, Belleville traffic. So because we're generating more lift, you know, as we pull back when we're turning, we generate a little bit more drag, and so I have to add in a little bit of power when we make a nice, you know, tight turn like this. So we're looking down there, we can see the windsock. Looks like the wind's coming right down the runway. We'll roll into a left-hand turn here. We fly this nice rectangular pattern around the runway. So we'll get ourselves established in what we call the downwind, or basically the rectangle just opposite the direction that we're going to land in.
Yeah, let's continue northwest. That hole's got too far downwind.
Affirmative.
Now we're on the downwind leg, and then we'll make 2 more turns before we get ourselves lined up for landing.
Roger, another one off 36.
Belleville traffic, Skyhawk 3 Yankee, left downwind, runway 33, Belleville traffic. We'll go ahead and reduce our power here. We've got a little checklist printed on the dash here. We see our carburetor heat comes on. We reduce our power to 1500 RPM, then we hold altitude. That way we get nice and slow, down to about 80. We can go ahead and drop our flaps. First 10 degrees. Go ahead and drop our next 10 degrees. We'll make our left base turn. Belleville traffic, Skyhawk 3 Yankee, left base, runway 33, Belleville. And with the extra flaps, we're able to lower the nose. Our nose is pitched down a lot more than it was when we were flying. We're not picking up any extra airspeed. Belleville traffic, Skyhawk 3 Yankee, final runway 33, Belleville traffic. As we're lined up here on final, we'll go ahead and drop our last 10 degrees of flaps. And you can see the wind